Hello, my loves. Look at that yummy meal. We're gonna be making green peas today with beef and some potatoes in it. Look how yummy it looks. We're gonna make this soup. You can either eat it with rice or chapati or any carbohydrate that you like, but it's best served with rice. I cooked it with bishori rice. We'll do a video of how I cooked my rice in the next one, but this week we are gonna be cooking um green peas only. Now, first things first, we're gonna have some yogurt for energy. Brookside at this point is just sponsor me, man. I have everything Brookside in my fridge. So we're just prepping the meal now. This is what we need. By the way, hi food lovers, it's Saucy Saturday. Aprons on, vibes up, let's cook. Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm Nguta Kadesa. This is Nguta Unlimited. We do cook on Saturdays, we talk money on Wednesdays, on Wealth Wednesdays, and on Mondays we have Chatty Mondays where we have our vlogs, our chatting, me just ranting and ranting, and piece of advice here and there, my experiences and things like that. So, anyways, let's get back to it. So, here I'm just prepping the ingredients. You'll find that like half of this video is just me prepping, and right now I'm just chopping the beef. I bought the beef from the supermarket. It was packaged, so I'm sure it was already cleaned, but I prefer washing my beef. I wash my beef twice or even thrice. Let me tell you, don't play around with dirty food. Into hygiene a lot. Anyway, so now I got out my pressure cooker because I prefer tender meat. I don't like eating meat and feeling like it's gum in the mouth. And also, I have a 4 year old. So when I'm cooking for all of us, me, my daughter, and any other person who's around. Anyway, so the handles are slow. So this is just me trying to fix it. Yo, this is the power of a woman. This is the problems we face when you're the only woman in the house. When there is no man in the house. Anyways, don't worry. Just a second. It was farm again. I threw in the beef and it was time to wash. That is raw beef, that is cow's meat. Okay. I washed it the first time. I washed it, drained the water, washed the second time, sipping my yogurt. That is plain yogurt, by the way. I'm on weight loss journey or trying to be healthy and wealthy. Trying to be healthy. So I'm trying to eat healthy meals, healthy snacks, and this yogurt happens to be my snack for this morning or afternoon. I can't remember when I recorded this. But then, as I'm editing this, it's months after I shoot this. I just don't have time to be editing. I have so many content, guys. We've cooked githeri, we've cooked um rice, we've cooked chapati. We have all those saved on my laptop. When I find time, I'll try to be consistent. So next week, expect to get content on how I cook my plain rice. It should be very short and simple. I try to make my recipes very simple. This is just I show you how I make my homemade food. Nothing very fancy. Well, I find it yummy and really tasty. I use a bit of spices because I'm into spices. But if you don't like spices, you can choose not to add spices in it. Anyways, so now I've already washed my beef. I'm gonna now before I cover it, I add salt. Whenever I boil anything, I add salt in it. I just feel like it tastes better when the beef cooks with the salt in it. So it gives that extra taste. Even the broth is sweet. You can't even drink the broth. And then I chose to add, what is this? Knorr chili cube. Yeah, chili cube. Then after I added into it, I covered it and it was on to the cooker to cook. Anyway, so what was I saying? I'm on my weight loss journey. It's been an incredible journey. I'm really proud of myself. I'm eating healthy. I really love it. And yeah, and but I do cook in bulk. I cook on Sundays mostly. So I cook most of the meals in on Sundays. Even right now, I just finished when I'm cooking this. I just finished cooking mandazi. So Sundays are usually just for cooking, and I love doing it. So I figured why not just share with you guys how I do it, and if you want to learn something. And also, I'm planning to be learning other recipes as well, other meals as well, not just African meals, not just Kenyan meals. I'm Kenyan by the way. So yeah, when I learn and I try new food stuff, I'll be sharing with you guys to share the experience with me. Anyway, so we've closed the pressure cooker, made sure it's firmly attached, and we put it on the cooker. It's cooking now. Now we start prepping the other ingredients. This is the green peas, okay? So the green peas I bought one which has already been peeled out of the, what is it called, the pond. So we just washed it. I hope that is correct. I washed it. After I washed it, I put it onto the cooker to cook. Well, that is what is going in. I gave Yuki is our cat, some food to eat because he was hungry, and him smelling beef in the kitchen and is hungry is not very good. Good thing he's disciplined. He can't jump on stuff and start eating stuff. He'll just wait for me to serve him. So I already served him his food. He's eating. And yeah, he likes playing around where I am. You'll find him in the kitchen. You see him a lot in the background. Wherever I am, he's there. Anyway, so we put it, after I washed the peas twice, I put some water in it, and then I put it on the other burner. So it started cooking as well. You notice I don't boil my peas in a pressure cooker because it doesn't need it. It takes just a few minutes to cook. I don't let it overcook. I let it cook for a very few minutes, and I get it out immediately it cooks. So I let that cook on the other pan, and then now I'll continue prepping the other stuff. So what do we do next? Next we go to peeling potatoes. So we're adding potatoes into this recipe. It just gives it good, it's nice. It's nice, trust me. So yeah, so now this is peeling. After we peel, I like immediately I peel my potatoes. I put it into the water so that that can come out. So this is just me peeling the potatoes. Then I'll add it into the bowl, and then I will go to the next thing. By the way, guys, how do you cook your green peas? How do you cook your green peas stew? I'd really like to know how you guys do it. And if you choose to try this recipe, please tag me, record and tag me, or post a photo if you can't record the full video and tag me. Floor254 on all my social media. That is Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, I'd love to see it. And even here, you can come and tag me on YouTube. I'd really love to see you guys trying and see how it comes out. That would really make me happy. And if you guys feel like there's something I can learn from you guys, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. And if you like this video so far, please give it a like. So anyway, so the paste is ready already. I wash it. Yeah, I told you it takes very few minutes. You see that it took the time it took me to chop to peel those few potatoes, less than 10. So immediately I get the peas from the pan, from the sufuria. I pass cold water in them. I rinse them with cold water, cold running water from the tap, so it doesn't change the color from green to brownish color or whatever, or the taste. I like it to be a bit hard even when I add it in the food. So after that, I just put it in a bowl and put it aside. This one will be added to the food later when we start to mix it with other ingredients. So our beef is cooking, our potatoes are ready, peeled, and the peas are ready. So after that, we start chopping the potatoes small, piece by piece, small pieces. I prefer this size. You can do whatever size you like. Remember, you're cooking with love. You can do however you want. You can do what makes you happy. So if big size makes you happy, use big size, okay? Then I've peeled the onions. Next, after peeling the onions, I just chop it in the middle ones and put it into the water. So it the acid, what is it called? I'm just calling it acid. I don't know. The thing that comes from the onion that makes you tear a lot. Whenever I do this, I don't tear a lot. I let it sit there for a while. The next time, then I chop it after a few minutes. When I chop, I don't tear a lot. I noticed this. I don't know. I learned it from my mom. Anyway, so I washed the tomatoes, I put it in there, I peeled the garlic, I put it into there, I peeled ginger, I added it. So here, after I peeled everything and washed everything, this is just me now chopping the garlic and the ginger. The sizes as shown on the video. You can use however much you want. If you like a lot, you can use a lot. If you already have garlic paste or ginger paste, then you can use it. I recorded this a bit a few months ago or weeks. Actually, it's months ago. So now I do it differently. I do my garlic and my ginger in bulk. I put them in a chopper, then I put them in containers. I put them in the fridge. So I just scoop 1 teaspoon, teaspoon whenever I want to cook. Anyways, after I prepare that, I after I smash whatever the garlic, I grate the carrot. This is how I do it. I use a grater, of course. You can also use a chopper if you'd like. I just like it being very tiny and tender so that it cooks well. So after I prep the carrots, put it in a bowl, put it aside. So I was saying, for I see other people, uh they, what is it called, I don't know how they do their paste for garlic at home, and then put them in an ice cube and put them ice cube, what is it, tray, and put it in the freezer and work with it. Mine, I just put it in the normal freezer. I add oil in it. Anyway, so after I just put it in a big tin, I add oil in it. That's how I'm preserving it now. So after that, I prep my tomatoes, cut into two halves and chop into semicircles. I prefer cooking like that. Even my onions, I prefer chopping them into semicircle. You can use whatever shape you want. This is your food. This is your kitchen. You can do whatever you want. Don't let no one tell you, oh, this is the right way, this is the wrong way. No, you do how you feel will make the experience enjoyable and good for you. So I was prepping the food. The beef was ready. As you can see, it's well cooked. Look at that oil in it that came naturally from the beef. Look at how yummy it looks. You can eat this the way it is right now, okay? However, yeah, you can eat it the way it is right now. However, now, so we get out the broth. Normally, I prefer to drain the broth from it. I'm just going to use the same pot to cook, by the way. You see, even how tender, that is the beauty of cooking meat in a pressure cooker. It becomes very tender. And by the after I cook in the pressure cooker, I give it time to cool down before opening it. A pressure cooker can really hurt you really bad. Be very careful when handling it. Follow instructions that are there on the manual that is usually attached to the pressure cooker, the kind of pressure cooker that we'll buy. Okay. So as I was saying earlier, this is just me draining the broth or the soup from the or the water from the beef that was just about. That, you see, this is so yummy. If you taste it, so yummy. Normally, when the broth is a lot, I usually put some in the fridge, and whenever Yuki we cook, whenever we serve Yuki the food we are eating, we also add some broth for him in that food, and he really loves it. Anyway, so I put on the cooker again. It's in the same pressure cooker. I'm not, hey, I hate doing dishes, my goodness. And Sundays are usually my housekeeper's day off. You see, I'm giving Yummy a treat. I'm giving him a piece of the bone and some meat, of course, on it. He really loves this. I think this is why he likes staying next to me whenever I'm in the kitchen cooking. Anyway, so you put it in a pan on his plate and then just decides to go wherever he wants with it. Come on, man. Anyway, we move. It's fine. Let's go back to cooking our food. Anyways, so the meat is cooking well. So you let it dry. You let the water dry now. You've already removed the soup out of it. You let the water dry completely. Just the fire. So you wait for it to dry. After it dries completely, this is where you'll come and add a clove. I added 3 cloves. I chose this. You don't have to for this recipe. You don't have to. I just wanted to add it because I wanted to. I wanted that taste of cloves in the food, and it has a lot of health benefits. You can go Google, ask our best teacher GPT to tell you, and then also added oil in it. So I love putting my spices to it to cook initially in the food. So whenever so I added some oil. I use sunflower oil. I've noticed cooking with corn oil, cooking with other types of oil, the food tastes different, and I love how my food tastes whenever I use sunflower oil. Trust me, guys, it's amazing. And whenever you put the food in the fridge, it doesn't have any whiteness in it. The oil remains oil. That's why I love using it. I haven't tried using like canola oil or things like that, but for sure sunflower oil, I tried it and I loved it. So now you remember the garlic and ginger we did earlier, did in the mortar. Now this is just I don't know how that is called, yeah, kinu, yeah, in Kiswahili. So I added into the oil. So far, this is what we've done. We've added the cloves, 3 pieces. We've added the oil, and now we've added the garlic and ginger paste. So now it's just cooking. You let it cook. By the if you've liked this video so far, kindly like it, leave your comment down below, subscribe and share it with your friends, your family, your enemies. Whoever, man, it helps my video get, it helps the algorithm to pick it up and recommend it to more people to watch it. And it's free for you guys, but it's really beneficial for me. I'm not monetized yet, but when I do, it will help me even earn more. And watch those ads, man. Whenever I start putting ads on my videos and I'm monetized, please watch those ads. That's how YouTubers make money, and it takes us time and energy to shoot, to edit, to post. It will just be a token of appreciation. We really appreciate it. Anyway, so after that, we've added the onions as you saw. Now I've added a bit of um black pepper. I've not put a lot because I have a child. You can put it however you like. If you have pepper, this is where you'd want to add it. I didn't want to put a lot of pepper because same reason, child. And even myself, when I eat pepper, I eat very mild pepper. I split one into two, I put it in and then remove it later. Anyway, so after that we add our carrots, and now we're just mixing everything up. There's a lot of mixing at this stage of cooking. Mix it up, because now it will touch down. The best pan to use when cooking this is a non-stick pan, the one which is coated. I use Tefal. It's the best in Kenya. I don't know of any other brand. There could be, but the one I have experience and I cook with, and it never disappoints with Tefal. The food never holds down. It's non-stick completely. It really, really works. But now I wanted to use the pressure cooker, so it's fine as well. So that's why I'm mixing a lot, so it doesn't get firm a lot at the bottom. I don't know the right word to use. Anyway, so I add the potatoes. I put them on top loosely, and I put the cover of the pressure cooker on top. Notice how I've done it just very loosely. I don't want to close it for it to go in pressure, because it's very dangerous when there is pressure in the pressure cooker. Just a bit so that it can, the potatoes can cook well. After it's cooking, whether you don't really need a pressure cooker, you can also cook on just a normal souffle, even when you're boiling your meat. But it just I spend less on time and less gas when I use a pressure cooker. That's why I use a pressure cooker. So after I've put in the potatoes, I noticed there's a lot of sauce stuck at the bottom of the pan. So I put in a bit of broth, or the soup we drained earlier from the meat, so that you can just loosen up a bit. But I didn't put a lot. You notice I didn't put a lot. You just put very little to help it continue cooking, so that every ingredient we've added so far can continue cooking well. So that cooks, continue cooking, cooking. And whenever you need to add more broth, you will have to add more broth as we so it's just cooking now. Then we add the tomatoes on top of it. Again, we put it very loosely on top. Yeah, we put it very loosely on top so that we and then cover it so it can continue cooking well. Let me tell you, like most people I see them, they put tomatoes earlier on when they're cooking. I just prefer to put when cooking this type of meal at this stage. You can do however you want. So after a few minutes, of course, I mix the tomatoes cook well. I don't add a lot of soup until the tomatoes cook very well. And whenever I cook meat, even if I'm not doing it for stew, even if I'm just cooking beef, I also usually put add tomatoes at this level of cooking, not earlier on. I see other people, they cook onions, put tomatoes, and then they add in the food. There are foods that I cook like that, but for this particular recipe, I prefer it like this. I just love it like that. I prefer the potatoes cooking before adding in the tomatoes. Anyway, and don't put them together. You noticed we added the potatoes first, they cooked for a bit, then we added the tomatoes. So after that, we added our paprika. I love paprika because it gives the food that red color, and it's yummy as well. So I added 2 teaspoons, but my teaspoons, to be fair, are very small. And then I added some turmeric. Turmeric has lots and lots of health benefits. When I had my C-section, my mom used to cook a lot of my food with turmeric, and it helped me heal a lot faster. So it has a lot of health benefits. You can research it again, ask ChatGPT, ask Mr. Google. It has lots and lots of benefits. Anyways, so after that we continue mixing. This level of cooking has lots and lots of mixing. So we're just mixing our food, making sure it cooks well. This is when you just have to use your own judgment. Like I can't tell you do this for this amount of time, and also the amount of more food matters. Then now we add because I love garlic. I added the powdered garlic as well. So if you don't like garlic, don't put garlic in your food. If you like the spices I'm showing you, you don't have to add them the way they are. You can edit edit. It's like a document. You can add the spices you like and not add the spices you don't like. If you just like cooking with Royco, then add Royco. If you like to put cooking with just one particular spice, use that. If you don't like spices completely, you can just cook this recipe without adding those spices that I'm adding. Okay, but I just find that as Africans, Kenyans, we love spicy food. Not spicy as in hot. Like I know Nigerians, they cook their food a lot. Very spicy as in very hot. They put a lot of pepper. As we hardly do that. A few families, I think they do, but it's not normal for us to cook food with that amount of pepper that Nigerians do. Anyways, so I added a bit of broth because now the tomato, everything is cooked at this point. We're doing okay. So I added now salt at this level. Remember, the meat had already cooked with salt, so it's okay to put salt towards the end of cooking it, because even I like adding salt when the food is almost cooked, because you can clearly tell the amount of food you're putting in salt, to avoid adding too much salt into your food. Again, I cover it, just let it simmer in, let the spices simmer into the potatoes, the tomato, the beef, everything. Then I forgot to add garam masala when I was adding what is it called, the other spices, that is paprika and turmeric. So I'm adding garam masala at this point. Love the taste as well. Gives the food good taste, good smell, good ooh, mama. Ooh la la. I'm forgetting the name. It's not supposed to be smell. How do you call what is the correct term for delicious, nice smell of food? I'm forgetting. There's a correct name of saying it, not smell. Anyways, so after that, I let it simmer again. Let it cook. A lot of simmering, a lot of cooking, a lot of mixing at this point of the food cooking process. Then after that, let's add in a bit of soup. So at this point, I think what comes next? Is it the food? Yes, the soup. So we add in the broth, the rest of the broth. You see now, like everything is very well cooked. You can't see the tomatoes, you can't see anything, everything is well mixed together. Yeah, everything has mixed all together, so it looks so nice. And now at this point, it's where I add my green peas. You see, towards the very end of cooking the food, we didn't add it in the very initial stages, and since we ran in water, it's not brown, it's still green, and this is how I love my peas. If you like your peas brown, then that's fine as well. You can let it stay in the hot water or boil it for longer. But I just prefer mine green like this, and that's why I do that. And now at this point, I add in a bit of water because we want soup. We are making this for soup. We are making this to eat it with a carbohydrate. Maybe you can eat it with mostly chapati, or you can eat it with rice. I served it with rice on this particular day, as I mentioned earlier. We'll do that video next time, so you can see how I do my very white simple rice recipe. You see now how it's boiled and become thick. You let it boil until it's thick. You don't just put in water and then now get it out of the fire. No, you let it simmer in, let the spices simmer in. And you see, since we let our potatoes, you will also be careful how you're cooking so your potatoes doesn't overcook in the process. So anyways, as that is simmering, I remembered now the last step. This is parsley or dania. Dania is what we put. It's parsley, yeah? Oh la la, I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrongly. So this one, I like putting it in the very last stages of my food. I don't like it when it's very cooked. Well, in some foods maybe, but mostly I prefer adding it in the food at the very last stages of that food. So it just cooks with the steam. So, and this is how I store my dania, my dania, how you wanna pronounce it. There's Yuki again. Everyone, he's following me. Anyway, so that's how I store it. I put a serviette in a container, and then I put the dania in it, and then another serviette on top of it, and then cover it. That way it remains fresh. You don't get, because when you put it directly into the fridge like that, you get it's burnt by the cold. It's like it's black, and it can stay like that even for weeks, for 2 weeks. Most, I think the longest I have it in the fridge is for 2 weeks. Other people, they put it in water, but you notice that when you put it the roots in water, you need to keep changing the water. I just find this process easier. So anyways, I chop my dania. After chop my dania, and we add it into the stew as the last ingredients. And my loves, let me tell you, look at that meal. It looks so yummy. Huh? The soup is thick. See how it's boiling. Looks so nice. Like, it's so yummy. I wish you guys can get here and taste it. But please, if you do cook this, if you try this recipe, I wanna hear from you. I wanna hear if you're gonna try this. I wanna hear when you do. Tag me in that post. Tag me. Let me hear your experience. Let me hear what you thought about how it tastes, and let me know if you have a different way of cooking this. I want to try different recipes. I just don't want to do everything like the same thing I've been doing for years, and try new recipes as well. Let me know, what can I do different, what can I add, what can I remove, what do you think can make this food more delicious, more yummy, more looking more, you see. And you see how it looks very red. It's because of the paprika, and that is why I love paprika. And they are served on a plate for you, my loves. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me, my loves. Until next time, please keep it saucy. Remember to live well, spend smart, and cook with love. It's your girl, Nguta Kadesa, and this is Nguta Unlimited.